Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Hope well. Happy Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hello, Julie, Len, JW, Chip, Fred, David, Emma, John. Thanks for being here so early this morning. For those that really get up early, we're a team there. Yeah. Hey, what was that song? Remember years ago, long time ago? My boyfriend's back. That's the tune I have in my head for the market. The market's back. Yay, bulls! Let's go. This is. I think we're doing a great job here on the SPY. We're rallying up. I still have this. Right in here. There's some resistance. I think so. We just have to be a little careful. I think the bulls are in charge. The T-line trend indicators crossing over the 50-period moving average now. That's 2 thumbs up for me. Yeah. FNGU. You get up this morning, and one of the first things I did, or probably the fifth thing I did this morning, we're holding up, and I think I'm tickled with that right there. I've been a little concerned, like I mentioned last night in last night's video, concerned about that 50-period moving average here, but it's holding, so that's really cool. That is very, very cool. Very happy with that. So right now, I think we're gung-ho bullish. I don't think it's necessarily wise to be short. There's no doubt there's going to be some short charts out there, but the market is running bullish now. 15-minute T2123 is bullish. The hourly is bullish, and this is the one I really want to stay bullish. If the hourly stays bullish and the 15-minute waffles, that just means a little bit of chop. It just means a little bit of chop. So, it can also mean the market is pulling back a little bit, and that might actually offer some opportunity. But the real key is to keep this one bullish right here. John up there just said, I still don't trust this market. Let's see, how do I do this? What did I do wrong? There we go. Yeah, I hear what you say, John. But I think if we just, if we realize a couple of things, that the price action will tell us anything we want to know. So it doesn't matter what you're in. If we were to fail right here and put in a little dark cloud cover, that would be an indication, okay, the market is going to try to get to me here. Well, that gives us the opportunity to step out of those trades, take profits, take what losses we need to, get out of the way. I'm not thinking we should run into shorts just yet. However, if we were to cross below that line, then yes. So it's a very narrow window. So when you say you don't trust the market, a lot of people don't, okay? But when you say you don't trust the market, it's actually a very narrow window that you might not trust. Anyway, I agree with you. I'm just going to recognize that there's that very narrow window. There's some other things that we have to look at, that I look at. And John, I'm going to use what you said there, because that's, I've felt the same way, feel the same way. The thing of it is that's kind of an emotional feeling. So I want to look at what we've, learned over our trading years, and stick with that. So here we've got a bullish W pattern. We have broken out. That's a strong pattern right there. Yeah, I know. You don't mean you can't trade. No, I understand that. But what you said there is very true to a lot of people. I don't trust this market because there's news and headlines out there. And see, that's what I'm trying to do, is yank everyone away from all that stuff. And just look at the chart. That's a bullish chart every which way from Sunday. We've learned that through trading. But some outside influences sometimes confuses us. and those outside influences can really hurt our trading. Market's bullish, rock and roll. Remember, if the market turns bearish, it will tell you. It will tell you. I always get a kick out of the person that says, man, I don't trust this market because, oh, we're up. We could gap down and run down. In a trader's career, the market now, even in stocks, unless you're doing something really silly like buying earnings, for instance, well, you deserve to get spanked if you get spanked. I'm going to call no punches or pull no punches on that one. But just basic trading, in a trader's career, this doesn't happen very often. But it's the thing that they remember because they allow that outside influence to jump in there. Anyway, bottom line, we've got some moving average crossover, and I think that's hot. I love that. We're doing really well here. We are up against resistance, but shoot, it's just a speed bump. I wish I could ban the name resistance and have it called speed bump. That's all it is, speed bump. Okay, let's take a look at some charts. Now, for members, you received an email last night with a video in it. We covered some charts there, so let's keep your eyes on those charts. That's going to be kind of important. I've got a couple others here that I think I'd like to talk about today. Well, one's going to be one that I think a lot of us are in, and that's either Tesla or that TSLL, which I'm in. And I think we're setting up perfectly here. I think this is a beautiful chart. Now, depending on your trading style and what you're looking for on trading, when I say this is a beautiful chart, here's what I'm looking at. We've broken out here. Morningstar rallied up, consolidated, broke out. Yes, we're hitting the 50. I don't want to overlook that. Big candle, and now we're consolidating. Oops, that didn't turn out too good, did it? There we go. Okay, beautiful chart. What if the chart comes down just a little bit? That is going to be the same beautiful chart if it does that as it is that I'm saying right now. What if the chart just takes off and starts moving up? It will be the same beautiful chart. This chart is not going to be any prettier than this chart, and this chart, if it breaks out, is not going to be any prettier if it pulls back. The setup is what we're looking for. We want to be in something like this, and then we want that follow through to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. I think Tesla's great. If you're looking for that right now, I buy it. It has to move up. Well, put this up on your screen and stare at it all day long. The other thing is you could use the scanner. You could use the scanner here and then be alerted. Oh, look, Tesla's popping up, and then you could go look at it. So outside of that, it's about negotiating an entry in an area and then profiting on the way up. Anyway, TSLL is the one I'm in. I'm holding that. And that still looks pretty good there. I'm pretty happy with that. Excuse me. Oracle, still holding with Oracle. Now, I'm greedy just like the next guy. So to me, I want Oracle to move right here today, because if it does, I'm going to close it out 100%. No questions asked. I'll be well into the money and great money. So I'll be very happy with that. On the other hand, if Oracle wants to pull back a little bit and come down and have a meeting with the T-line here, okay, that's fine. I'm going to be just as happy. Right now everything's working out. All right, a couple of charts that, let's see, Charter. Do you guys remember yesterday? That's not it. A couple of times I mentioned, why am I doing this wrong? CHRT, right? CHRT. Evidently not. CHTR. How about that? There we go. So yesterday, I'd mentioned a couple of times that, Hey, Charter here might be setting up for an entry. Watch that PBO. Look what we're getting today. We're getting in that neighborhood. So Charter's looking pretty good to me. We've got a beautiful trend on Charter. The trend lost ground, and it looks like the bulls put us back into trend. We've rallied and broken out of this high. Nice little pop to the upside. Nice little PBO, pullback opportunity. So I'm looking for a Charter buy here. A couple of things on Charter. Let's look at the good before we look at the bad. The good is, man, I see this thing. There we go. $512. That's almost a $100 move. That's cool. That's amazing. And that puts you in the neighborhood of about 20%. Now I know it's not going to go straight up there. It's going to zigzag on its way. Now for the bad. The bad is sitting right there is the 500 period moving average. So I would be very cautious around that for, anytime we get around, say 465, 470, 475, something like that in that little area. Watch that because that 500 period moving average is there. Now that doesn't mean that's a showstopper. Doesn't mean just showstopper. But I can tell you this, I've seen this more times than not, where we get to it and then we start to, it starts to scare price off. So a good place to maybe start thinking about some profits, maybe even close the whole position until it sets up, and then we can move up again. Nice chart on Charter. Take a look at HAL, H-A-L. I think HAL is setting up. HAL here potentially shoulder, head, and shoulder, but it seems to not be working out. This is a good one to say this to the not working out, because I say that often. Just because you see a bearish head and shoulder doesn't mean it's going to be a bearish head and shoulder. It may have the pattern, but it doesn't mean it's actually going to fail. That's like a bullish engulf. It doesn't mean that every bullish engulf works out bullishly. So chart patterns, they're just chart patterns. They are not perfect. That's why we have to monitor our risk in a chart. But right now, we're on the upper side of that head and shoulders. Doesn't mean it can't roll over, and that's certainly what we're going to call it, a bearish head and shoulders. But right now, this thing has pulled back from a trend, and here it is trying to get back in its trend, and we're walking sideways for a couple bars. This is looking pretty good to me to the upside right now. The other is at Rivian. Congratulations. I think there's a few people in the room in this Rivian. Way to go. I think Rivian is just now getting hot, and I know some people that were in it earlier. So super congratulations for taking that first leap on this. And it's probably thanks to you that I even have it on the watch list. So appreciate it very much. Beautiful move up here off the 200 period moving average. We're over the 50 period moving average right now. T-line trend indicator still under the 50. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of consolidation. But right now, man, I'm thinking Rivian 25 up here. That's not bad. It's not a monster move, but a 10% move, I think that's fantastic in the chart. And if you've got the options, that's an easy 20-25%er. Let's see. Oh, ALB. I don't know why I keep looking at this chart. I don't know why. I just don't buy it. I can't. I don't know what it is. But it's one of these charts that I think is just look marvelous. But we get going during the day, and I kind of forget about it. Nice low, high, higher low, higher high. Looks fantastic. I think it's got a date up here with about the 50 period moving average. Looks terrific. ALB. mRNA. Look at this one. mRNA. Now, I almost bought this yesterday. And what I decided was, because of running into the resistance here, or the speed bump, I decided that really we haven't embarrassed the 50 period moving average yet. We've certainly pulled over it, but we haven't embarrassed it. So I guess what I'm looking for maybe is a little more time might solve the problem too, but just a little bit of, stick your nose at or your thumb at the 50s and just get away from it. And then I know that you're going to have some consolidation. If this happens, it'll pull the T line and the trend indicator up over that 50 period moving average. And if I don't buy at that point, somebody just needs to slap me. So MRNA. And the last one I have is, I guess we have to look at AT&T. I'd mentioned the other day that, and this was because I was in our local AT&T store. I had to buy a phone. So, I bought a phone, and I was realizing in there, what do they have to offer that's new? What's upcoming? It just seems like the phone companies, they're just, they've got to do something better to steal customers from somebody else, like Verizon. So I'm not sure what the great big catalyst is on something like AT&T, other than it's a nice solid company. I think that it is. Either way, it had some big gap up here, and we're holding up. Now I kind of think we need to be a little bit patient, just a tiny bit patient. But I think AT&T, once it starts cooking, it'll be a slow cooker, but it'll cook and move right up. And then we've got ourselves probably first target up around 1550. And then we can start looking at some of those RBB targets, looking at the moving averages up here. But I think AT&T is doing great. I think we're a little spread out right in here. So I'd like, that T-line trend indicator, get a little closer, even maybe get above the 50 there. All right, that's all I've got this morning. And I want to say a great big good morning to everybody. Thank you very much. And we'll see you all back here at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. Let's all have a great day, okay? Thanks a ton.